TP, we're back, episode 2, baby.
Mm-hmm.
Last episode actually did really good. Probably better than I thought it would.
Yeah, it's got like 40 views or something.
Yeah, something like that.
It's insane. That's more than some of my videos on my actual channel.
Yeah, same here.
I wasn't expecting the feedback we got. I thought everyone was going to think it was doo-doo, but people actually liked it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so thanks everyone for watching. We're having fun doing it, so we're
Yeah,
glad that
thanks.
you guys have fun listening to it.
Yeah. The feedback was really helpful.
Yeah. Yeah, I put something out in my Discord, and one of my viewers, their patron,
Mm-hmm.
they said that if I'm remembering correctly, like it's one of their favorite podcasts, even though there's only the one episode.
Yeah. I think the same person on the YouTube video commented saying that it's an 8 out of 10.
Yeah, I think I saw that too. Yeah.
Which is awesome.
Yeah. I used to do a podcast with my cousin Jack. We did like I think 13, 14 episodes or something like that.
Yeah.
Before we eventually ended up ending that.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so I have a little bit of experience with that, with podcasts.
I
But
see. You're more experienced
Yeah.
than me.
There's nothing much to it. It's just sit down, get in a call, and talk for about an hour.
Yup. You're the professional.
Anyone can start a podcast, obviously.
Obviously, right? It's one of the most simple pieces of content you can make, I feel.
Yeah, it's super simple, and it's super fun to do as well.
Mm-hmm.
Because you're multitasking. You're having a conversation you probably would have otherwise, kind of depending on the situation. But you're having a conversation, and then you're also making content at the same time.
Yeah, of course. Hitting two birds with one stone.
Yeah.
Right, so what do you want to start with?
I figure, since I told you this before, but I should probably let the viewers know that I feel sick. I don't know if I'm actually sick, but I feel sick. So if I seem like down, lower energy than normal, that's why. But yeah, I've just felt like I've just felt weird the last few days, because the thing that I think, quote unquote, got me sick was me and a group of friends. We had a fire the other night, and on Friday night, we're recording this on Sunday, but on Friday night we had a fire because it was finally nice enough to where we could have one. It was still cold, but it was nicer than it has been. It wasn't -20, which has been nice. It hasn't been -20 the last couple of weeks, so it's been
Awesome.
much better than it has been. But yeah, so we had a fire, and that was super fun. But anyway, the thing that I think got me sick is because I don't drink pop or soda or whatever you call it. I don't drink I'll just say sodas because that's the broad term. I don't drink soda anymore. I used to have like one or two a day, but I recently just stopped as the last like couple months. But there was the only thing to drink was like my friend Bobby, he brought a big case of Mountain Dew. So I had that, and I drank 3 of those in the span of like an hour. So, and then after that, after I was done, like 10, 15, 20 minutes, whatever it was, after I finished that third one I had, then I just got like the feeling in my throat where it feels like you're going to throw up. So I just had that feeling for like the rest of the night, because at this point it was probably 11-ish.
Okay.
Yeah, probably. It was probably for like last hour we were there, because we were there till like 12:30, something like that. But yeah, in my throat, I like had that feeling, and like I was having like the very watery, like saliva, like buildup that where it feels like you're gonna throw up. So I went like towards the end for like the last hour we were there. Our friend Caleb, he backed his pickup back towards the fire because we were just at a campsite that some of us rent like space in during the summer.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's 100% legal that we were there, but we didn't get busted. But yeah, he backed his pickup in and because we were listening to music while we were having a fire while we were having it. But it was just on like this little crappy like JBL speaker. It wasn't crappy. It had decent sound, but it wasn't as good as having it through Caleb's pickup.
Yeah.
So, we hooked it up through there. And then, me, my friend Mason, our friend Colton and Caleb, we were all sitting in there just to feel the bass. We like punched up the bass and it was just shaking the pickup. We could feel it on our asses and balls.
That's the greatest feeling.
I didn't need to add the balls part, but it sounded funny.
It's the greatest feeling when you feel the bass in your balls.
It's awesome. It was fun. And at this point I was still feeling fine. But then I got out and then I got back in, and the second time I went in, then that's when I was feeling bad. So because we were like listening to like rap stuff.
Yeah.
And just other random stuff that had like good bass. And we were just like bobbing our heads, like just doing like the normal thing you do when you're just vibing to rap. And yeah, so we did that, and then he played Come On Eileen, and my friend Bobby, his brother, also my friend, his name's Johnny, we played Come On Eileen, and then Johnny's like, oh yeah, like from this point on, I've never seen the side of Johnny. He's kind of like a more reserved guy. He's not quiet, but he's more reserved. He doesn't like do like crazy, outrageous, like big, like goofy stuff. But once we started playing a Come On Eileen, he took on like the persona of like this like rock star, and he was like, yeah, like there's like a certain part in Come On Eileen. It's like, here it comes. It was so funny because I'd never seen the side of him before.
It's the mountain.
And yeah, the thing is, I turned to our friend Josh, and he's like, I'm like, I've never seen the side of Johnny before. And he's like, well, he's a couple dues in. Because none of us had any alcohol. For one, because it's not legal, but for two, just none of us drink.
Yeah.
And just the rest of the night, for like the last hour we were there, we were just vibing to music. And anyway, yeah, it was like a concert. At one point, Johnny got in the bed of Caleb's pickup, and someone said, I think it may have been Coulter, he was like, get on the stage, Johnny, get on the stage. And he's like, oh yeah. And then he was picking on Coulter for the most part when he was on stage being the rock star. He was like, Coulter, get your fucking hands in the air. Get your fucking hands up. It was so funny. And I was so pissed because I had like the feeling that I was going to throw up. So I couldn't like jump up and down pretending it was a metal show. I was able to sing along, but I just stood there basically. And I was pretending to like I was in the front row because I was standing like right next to the pickup. And I like put my hands up like, yeah, yeah. And yeah, it was so much fun.
Damn, sounds like fun.
It was. There was a couple times though I had to sit down just because I felt like I was gonna throw up. But yeah, it was so much fun. It was the closest you can get to a concert because it had the same vibe. But it is the closest you could get to a concert in 2021.
Yeah, fair enough.
Dude, something funny about that is like it was like the beginning of the pandemic. They like health officials were saying like there won't be live music until the end of 2021. I'm like, no way, because I was in the mindset that this was all going to be over in June. Lo and behold, we're in March of 2021. You still can't go anywhere. You still have to wear a mask. And that's looking more and more true. But now just from my own dumb opinion, I think it'll probably be beginning of 2022 once everyone's like comfortable.
I don't know, man. I think it's gonna be a few more years. I think it's
Yeah,
gonna die down, like per se, but I think it's always gonna be back there. Everyone's gonna keep on talking about it for the next few years.
yeah.
Have you guys gotten any vaccines?
My dad has it because he's the fire chief in
Mm-hmm.
town, so he has it. Some teachers in my school are now able to get it. And I'll probably end up getting it whenever I'm able to, just because I work in a grocery store and I deal with so many people
Mm-hmm.
on a day-to-day basis. And funny enough, I'm saying that as I'm sick right now, but hopefully it's not COVID. If I get a cough, I'm gonna start getting worried, but hopefully this isn't COVID.
Have you had a cough? Oh,
I've not had a cough yet.
lucky.
If I develop one in the next couple of weeks, then I'll probably end up getting tested.
Mm-hmm.
But I've been tested once because around the time one of my friends got it,
Mm-hmm.
I also started feeling sick, and I was like, well, maybe it's COVID. I don't know. So I ended up getting tested, but the test isn't that bad. It's more uncomfortable than it does hurt.
Yeah, it's weird.
Have you gotten
Uh,
tested?
I haven't gotten tested, but big news, they've stopped lockdown. Way! So
Nice.
I'm going back to school this Thursday, and the school has recommended that everyone gets a test, but not like they're not telling us to. It's not what's the word? You don't have to, but they're advising
Not
us to.
mandatory.
Yeah, not mandatory. I'm not gonna do it just because I don't want to.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's like I'm pretty sure 90% of the school's gonna get a vaccine, not a vaccine, a test, and then we're going back. Yippee! Speaking of vaccines, I think I'm getting my vaccine in the next few months.
Really?
Yeah, my whole family is. People have gotten quick in the UK. Like it's everywhere.
Yeah, it must be moving much faster there than it is here.
I feel like it UK is so much smaller than US, so like it's easier to
Yeah.
manage maybe.
Yeah, probably. There is that because it's in the two shots still.
Yeah.
But that Johnson and Johnson one, I think that one's approved now, if I remember correctly. That one's approved by the FDA, so you can just get the one shot and then it's done. So hopefully, whenever it comes my turn to get it, that's the one I'm able to get.
Yeah.
But if I have to get the two shots, oh well.
Yeah.
But that's all dependent on when I'm able to get it. If I'm still working at the grocery store, when it comes time to get the vaccine, when it comes my turn, then I'll get it. But if I'm not, I probably won't, just because I'll even funny enough, after like COVID is quote unquote over, I'll be at home most of the time because I'm
Yeah.
doing online college, and then
Yeah.
I'm gonna find like some online like freelance editing work
Nice.
just to have some sort of income.
Nice.
Yeah.
It's annoying.
Yeah.
My family loves traveling. We go on holiday. Well, we used to go on holiday every single year, and we can't anymore unless you get the vaccine. So that's like the main reason we're getting it. You have to like get a vaccine passport or something. I don't know what it's called really, but to travel, you have to have the vaccine.
So like some sort of card that says I'm vaccinated.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's a passport, like literally a passport.
Yeah, that's the best way to do it, is to have like a certification like I do have the vaccine. And I'm sure some people are going to find ways to fake those and be like,
I
well, I
guess,
want to
probably.
travel, I want to go to concerts. I don't want to get the vaccine though because I don't know what's in it, what it'll do to me. I'll grow a horn out of the top of my head. But
you unicorn.
I think when my dad got it, is either my dad or my grandpa who said it. But he said, I don't remember the exact quote, but it was like something, the worst, I think it was something, the worst that'll happen is I'll grow a dick out of the top of my head or something. It was really fun. If it was my grandpa, it'd be really funny, but that's something I 100% see my dad saying. I can see both of them saying it because they both have very similar personalities, my dad and my grandpa, but yeah, it's something I can 100% see my dad saying, and for the most part seeing my grandpa say it.
Are you scared of the vaccine?
Not really. There's some concerns with it. It's like, well, it came out so fast. Both they say you'll get more sick with the second one than the first one. The first one won't get too sick. But my dad got it and he got super sick both times. But he also has terrible luck when it comes to stuff like that. But I'm not too scared of it. It's like, well, it's no different than the flu shot, and that's different every year because the flu, it mutates so often. So
Yeah.
it's no different. And to be fair, I've very rarely gotten the flu shot either, but I'll probably end up getting the COVID vaccine because after all this is over and live music is back, I do want to go to a bunch of concerts. Primarily a Metallica concert, just because who knows how many concerts they have left. So
Is concert and festival the same thing?
yeah, festival is more that's like multiple bands over the span of a weekend. A concert is just like a band and its opener.
Okay. I've never been. I want to go.
Yeah. So I've gone to 2 concerts in my life. The first one was Taylor Swift, and the second one, it was some Christian artist that my friend Jacob wanted to go to because he's super religious. Not super religious, but he's religious. I think his name was Toby Mac or something like that.
Nice.
It was some like Christian music festival that we went to, and like he was the headliner or something. So,
Nice.
and he called me one day, and he was like, "Hey, you want to go to a concert with me?" I'm like, "Who is it?" And he was like Toby Mac, and I was like, "I don't know who that is," and he was like, "I figured you wouldn't." But yeah, I ended up going, and I had a decent time, and there was one part where he had his band like do like certain like solos and stuff. It's like, this is my bassist, this is my guitar player, this is my keyboard player, this is my sampler or whatever. And the sampler, he played like part of Living on a Prayer by Bon Jovi. And I look over to Jacob when that starts playing. I was like, that's the first part of a song I've known. Because I had no idea who the guy was. But I went just so I could spend time with Jacob. But yeah.
Nice.
And I've said to him, since I went to that, you owe me a concert of wherever I want to go.
And that's where you the next one, is he going to come with you?
Hopefully. As long as he's available to. Also, Green Day, because me and my friend Bobby, we're both super into Green Day. And they were supposed to last year in like August have what they called the Hella Mega Tour or something like that. It was like them, Weezer, and Fall Out Boy. So it was a hell of a bill. But yeah, it was them 3, and it got rescheduled like exactly a year in advance, or a year later, I should say. So all the dates were switched from 2020 to 2021. And that's supposed to happen. They haven't canceled these shows yet, but it was supposed to happen like the last week of August or something like that, last couple of weeks of August. And I said to Bobby, I was like, if you're able to go, we're going. Because I wanted to go, because I just want to go to some sort of concert.
Yeah.
And he was like, we'll see. I may start college classes by then, because he's going to NDSU, which is North Dakota State University. But he's going there, and I think the day the concert is his first day of classes. So that was thrown up in the air and just smacked down. I was like, God damn it. I was like, just skip, like jokingly, obviously. But I was like, just skip the first day. Skip the first day of college.
Yeah, no biggie, right?
I'm probably not going to do much my first day of college, but it's online, so.
Fair enough.
Dude, I can't wait, because for one, I get to quit my job, because I don't like my job. But 2, I just get to work on graphic design stuff and learn more. So
So
And
that's cool.
I always have fun with that. Dude, I just realized my life will be absorbed, or what's the right word? Like absolved? Like that might be the right word. I'm not sure. But it'll be whatever the right word is with graphic design.
Yeah.
Because I'm gonna end up trying to find a freelance editing job. I'm gonna be doing YouTube, Twitch, and then also classes. It'll be a whole heck of a lot, but
Damn.
it'll be
At
fun.
least it's all like on one thing.
Yeah. Yeah, and most of my time will be dedicated to each of those things, so it'll definitely help me master my craft.
Yeah, of course. I mean, it's like a win-win.
Yeah.
You've already learned a lot from doing YouTube by yourself, so that will like give you a boost when you start college. College and work will give you a boost on your YouTube. Your videos will be better. You're gonna take off this year.
I hope so.
You're gonna skyrocket. I think.
Thanks, buddy.
Quote me if I'm wrong or whatever the saying is, but I think you're gonna hit 1K subscribers on YouTube this year.
This month.
This year.
Holy
this year.
shit. No, yeah, I hope so. Because 2020, I may have talked about this in the last one or just on stream recently. But last year I went into my like analytics and I sorted, like I looked at how many subscribers I gained last year in 2020. And I think it was something around, I think it was like 80 something.
Yeah.
And then I did from the time I restarted my channel in 2017 to the end of 2019. And I gained more subscribers last year than I did in that time.
Yeah, you're gonna just get more and more followers, subscribers. It's gonna.
I hope so.
Yeah, it's gonna grow at an increasing rate.
I hope so, because even if this doesn't end up being my full-time gig, I would like to have it be somewhat of a full-time gig. So like even like a part-time thing, because it has been the last 7 years, but
Yeah, you have been at it a long time.
yeah, I have. That kind of leads me into a topic I kind of wanted to talk about. What drives you to like stream and make videos and stuff?
I know this sounds really, really sad, but most of the time I enjoy the company when I'm streaming. I just like when someone's talking to me while I'm playing. I don't want to play alone. It's just awkward.
Yeah.
Plus, I don't know. I just love gaming, and if this could be a future job, that would be insane. And just the fact that I have the time now and I have the opportunity to try at least, I may as well. There's no reason for me to not do this.
Yeah. Yeah, the thing is with me, I started so young. I was 11 when I started my channel. And I mean, the thing is I've been doing it so long with, I say this so often, but it's success in my eyes, but so little success. In most people's eyes, it's little success. Though I see it as great success. I've been doing it so long. Why would I quit now?
Yeah, of course.
Is my mindset behind it. It's like I've been doing it and I'm still having fun. I'm still reinventing not only myself as a person, but my content too.
You've gotten so
And
far.
yeah, I've had so much fun doing the things I've done on YouTube, and I probably wouldn't do a lot of the things I do had it not been for YouTube, because YouTube really, because I started as a gaming channel for those who don't know now, since I do a lot of commentary stuff, I started as a gaming channel, and YouTube is really what quote unquote made me a gamer. And because before YouTube, I'd play games. I'd play like Roblox with my friend Eric, like we talked about in the last podcast. I would play stuff on my Wii, but I never really played games that often pre-YouTube. So YouTube is what made me YouTube and streaming is what made me play games and be interested in games the way I am now. So if it weren't for that, I probably wouldn't play nearly as many games as I have.
We're so lucky if you think about it. There's this.
What do you mean by that?
I don't know. Just think about it, right? In the last week, 40 different people, clicked on a video and watched us or listened to us talk for however long they stayed for.
Yeah.
It doesn't... Maybe that... I know bigger people, bigger streamers, bigger content creators, like 40 people, that's nothing, right? But that's a lot of people. If you filled my room with 40 people, I'd suffocate.
Yeah.
It's awesome. And if I didn't stream, if we didn't do this content creating, we wouldn't have met each other.
Yeah.
I've met so many good people. My Discord is popping, just so many good people, and I wouldn't have met them if I didn't stream.
Yeah, it's insane the amount of people, whether you actually talk to them like over in like a call or just over like text, like through comments or just like Twitch chat or whatever. It's insane the amount of people you talk to and remember through the years. Because I remember certain people who would comment on like all of my videos, who have come and gone over the years, but I very much remember most of them. There's some people like that come in my stream and they come in and they're like hi, and I'm like hi, and I act like they're a new person, but then later on I look and I click on their name and it says following since March of 2020, and that was a stream that happened the other day, and I'm like shit, I didn't remember that person. And then I feel bad, but it's like, how am I going to remember a name of someone who hasn't joined in such a long time? It's like, I feel bad, but also it's just a human, it's just part of nature. You're going to forget. You're not going to remember every single person who comes in your stream and follows or whatever.
Yeah, it's impossible to remember everyone. The people who you remember are the people who chat the most. Like if they stay for 2 or 3 days in a row, and like or something funny happens when you were talking to that person in chat, regardless of if they come often. What I'm referencing with that is the sup fucker part of my clips video. So for those who haven't seen that video of mine, check it out just for that moment alone, because it was really funny. Because that was during the 24-hour stream I did, and I was very tired. That was like 6 p.m. I think, and we started at 10 p.m. the day before. Yikes.
So I was really tired. I was really tired, and I was very much on autopilot at that point. I was running off Red Bull.
I don't like energy drinks.
Yeah, there's some that I don't mind more than others, but
I mean, I'm sure they taste great. It's just I don't like the idea of them. I've heard from the interwebs that energy drinks stay in your body for like years, and it's like really unhealthy. And my whole family thinks it's really unhealthy. And my dad has said to me many times that if I ever go out with my friends, he'd rather me sneak a beer than an energy drink, because the beer wouldn't like harm. I don't know. Then again, I'm addicted to like Diet Coke.
The funny thing that this reminded me of something that Coulter said at the fire. There was like this bench that a bunch of us were sitting on, and Coulter, it was like that someone back there pick up in, and then there was like other people to just lawn chairs, and then Coulter, like not long after he got there, he said that his dad said, if you come back smelling like alcohol or weed, you know what? That's okay. That's what he said his dad said. It was really funny. If you come back smelling like alcohol or weed, no, it was smelling like alcohol or weed or both, you know what? That's fine.
I mean, we're teenagers, right? Well, you're an adult, right?
Yeah.
You're 18 now.
Yeah, but I'm still a teenager. I'm gonna be a teenager forever.
It's. I mean, when else are we gonna experience these things first?
Well, I haven't experienced any of them, but
Right. What's the legal drinking age in the US?
21.
Right. So here it's 18, but you can also drink at home with your family if you're like 11, and no one can do anything about it.
Yeah, at my age, like I've gotten together with like my my grandparents since I've turned 18. I think this was around Christmas. This sort of like thing came up. It's like my mom was like, "You can drink if you want to," and I'm like, "I don't want to," because like I turned 18 and that like within like family, that's kind of like the standard. Like that's the drinking age to drink with family, but alcohol just it's not my thing because as my story talking about the fire I had the other night, I don't need alcohol in my opinion. I don't know, I've never tried it, but I don't need alcohol to have fun. I have way more fun when I'm sober with my best friends, just messing around, listening to Come On Eileen and watching Johnny's concert.
Yup, and experiencing bass on your balls.
Yeah. And my ass.
And your ass, yep. Speaking of ass, for the past like 5 streams, the title's been about my big badonkadonk.
Yeah, I saw that.
That was the best part of the last podcast, in my opinion.
Yep. Man, might I just say, that thumbnail I made for the last episode.
It was awesome.
Ooh, it was good.
It was awesome. I loved it.
Did you happen to watch my most recent video yet?
I haven't gotten to, I'm sorry.
There's a bit where I'm just talking about Discussion Parade. And just saying, hey, I started a podcast. And I'm like, there's a podcast waiting for you right now. There's a thumbnail. Here's the thumbnail for it. In my opinion, it's pretty good. Look at that. Wow.
Yeah, big badonkadonk. It's like an exact replica of my cheeks. It's perfect.
Well, you sent that picture over, and I said, thank you.
That was my, I was doing yoga, That was my yoga pants, and I just took a quick ass shot and sent it you.
I said to TP, I said, hey, send me over a picture of that fat ass of yours so I can use it for the thumbnail so it's not clickbait.
Yup.
And then he sent it over, and I said, thank you, mister.
Oh, great. Now people are going to think there's something between us. Oh.
It's fine.
Yeah, it's fine.
We're on different parts of the world. We can't see each other right now anyway.
Well, we can see each other.
Well, not in the physical form.
Yeah, just not in person.
Exactly.
Speaking of seeing someone, have you got a girlfriend, boyfriend?
Nope.
Single life.
I got Pamela Henderson, baby. That joke, I made that joke to Bobby a few times, because he has a girlfriend, Mason has a girlfriend, and I'll just bring up Pamela. I brought it up a couple of times, and then it's just become a perpetual bit of like, Trevor, what about your girlfriend? I'm like, Pamela? And he's like, yeah. And it's just a perpetual bit. And also another perpetual bit that I don't like, because I think I mentioned this on the last episode, but I don't have my driver's license. And so Bobby, he gave me a ride out to the fire, and I don't remember what it was, but Bobby and his girlfriend, it was just the three of us in the car, but he said something and I was like, "Whoa, whoa, whoa, remember that I'm in the car." And he was like, "That's the point." And then his girlfriend's like, "Threesome," and I'm like, "No, thank you." And then Bobby's like, "No, it'd be a foursome. What about Pamela?" I'm like, "Yeah, I guess you're right."
In that case,
If it's a four-way, it's fine.
three-way, no, it's odd numbers. Don't like it.
I don't like odd numbers. Everything has to be even. That's why there's two of us on the podcast.
Yup.
Not three, not five.
Yup.
Two.
Yup. Speaking of how many people are on the podcast, have you found anyone we can invite to the first guest as the first guest?
I was thinking Mason. I think he'd be on board. I just don't know really when he would be able to. I'll just have to talk to him and see if he'd be able to the next time we record, but we'll see.
You know what I didn't? Yeah. You know what I didn't notice about the last time we recorded? All of these awkward silences, we can actually just cut them out.
Yeah?
I didn't notice last time, and I just kept on rushing into conversation.
Yeah.
And I felt like that ruined it a bit. Because I started asking stupid questions like, what's your favorite color?
Yeah, it did very much seem like that while we were recording. But you know what? Those are growing pains, baby. Oh, I have a bunch of stuff written down since the last podcast, just for topics and stuff like that.
Okay.
I forgot. I wrote one down yesterday at work. Some guy came in and bought $120 worth of cheese and brats.
2 questions. What? Why? And what was the second word you said?
Brats? They're like hot dog. They're like sausages. They're like hot dog sausages, whatever you want to call them. Right. They're like a beefier hot dog, I guess, is the simplest way to explain it.
Right.
But yeah, so
go ahead.
But yeah, this guy, he came in and he had a full basket full. It was mostly cheese, but there was 4 things of brats. But then the rest of it was all just cheese. Nothing else. It was just brats and cheese. And it was so much cheese. It was... I was just scanning it and I was like, oh, he's got a little bit of cheese, okay. And then I just kept scanning. I was like, this is practically all cheese. I see a couple things of brats in there, but it's all cheese.
All the cheese.
It was so bizarre. I was like, what the hell? This guy must really like cheese. This guy's not lactose intolerant whatsoever.
Well, he is, and he's having a really, really bad day and he wants to make it worse.
Yeah.
Did you ask him why?
But yeah... No, I didn't. Because I was just like, this guy's got a lot of brats and cheese. And the thing is, it wasn't like... I don't know. It was like slices of cheese too, and it wasn't. Maybe he was gonna put it on the brats, but I don't know why you would need so much cheese. Cause the basket, it was practically full. I was scanning it and I was like, I shouldn't be scanning this much for a basket. I was like, I shouldn't be scanning so many items for just a basket full of stuff, because normally with a basket it's 20 items, around 20 items, but this was a lot, because the cheese things are not you've seen them before, I'm sure, but they're not that thick. Yeah. So it was full almost to the top with cheese and brats. I cannot emphasize that enough. It was just cheese and brats, nothing else.
I would.
It was insane.
I am so confused. Maybe it was a dir or something.
I don't think so. The guy was in his he seemed like he was like in his like late 20s, early mid 30s maybe. Um, but yeah, I don't know. I think the guy just because it's nice out. It's like barbecuing weather,
Yeah.
so maybe he just wanted to grill up some brats and just have a side of cheese. I don't know.
Okay, for more context, if he was to put the cheese on the brats or whatever you call them, what ratio would there be?
Oh,
Just to get a picture of how much cheese.
it'd be like a 20-to-1 ratio cheese to brat.
Right. I was thinking more like 4-to-1. All right. Okay. So.
It was a lot of cheese. Like I said, it was $120 worth of brats and cheese.
Jesus.
I looked over at the screen like after he left because I read him his total obviously, but I was like 120.55 or whatever the change was, and I read it not thinking anything of it. Like as I was scanning, I was like, "What the fuck? Why does he need so much cheese?" But while I was reading his total, it didn't click that it was $120. And then I look over at the screen that like the customer can see where it shows like the items that are being scanned and the total and all that. I look over at that and I'm like, that's $120. Holy shit. And I was like, I should talk about this on the podcast tomorrow. So then I pulled out my phone and I typed it on the note document I have with like topics and stuff. I was like, I'm talking about this tomorrow.
So that's 2 title ideas for this episode. We've got cheese and brats, or oh my god, what was it that we said before that was funny? Oh, basting my balls.
Oh yeah, I'd say we go with the second one. Just because we can't have 2 vulgar, quote unquote vulgar, titles in a row. But
Okay, fair enough.
but yeah, it was insane.
Was it all like different types of cheeses, or was it just?
Yeah, he got like 2 of each, like different types of cheeses. It was, he got like 2 things of Munster, 2 things of like cheddar. Just there was probably some repeats. I wasn't paying too much attention, but yeah, it was just so much cheese.
Right, Jesus. Maybe he was doing like a taste test or something.
Maybe seeing what type of cheese goes best with brats. I don't know.
Or maybe he just lost his mind and just thought, you know what? Today I'm gonna buy $100 worth of cheese.
Yeah. Yeah, it baffled me, I'll tell you that much.
I bet. I wouldn't know what to do in that situation.
Yeah, I just was doing my job. I was just scanning it and throwing it in bags, and I didn't think much of it. The only thing I thought of it was, what the hell? But yeah, it was something.
Can too much cheese kill you? Is there like a limit of how much cheese you can buy?
There's not a limit on how much you can buy, but I wonder how much cheese can you eat before you die?
Okay, gonna delete that one from your history later.
I've Googled weirder stuff.
Oh.
All right, on our no stupid questions, how many pounds of cheese do you have to eat before you die from hypernatremia? What is that? Having too much sodium in the blood. Oh, I just want to know. I don't want. Has anyone died from eating too much cheese? There we go. On March 9th of 2017, the CDC announced that 2 people died in Vermont and Connecticut, and 4 others had fallen ill from eating soft, raw milk cheese.
Oh.
That's
Well,
not.
yeah, that's-
I wanted. Can you overdose on cheese? There we go. Due to a high concentrations of non-opiate substances relative to dimorphine content of the drug abuse and overdose of cheese are more dangerous than pure form opiate overdoses. What? Cheese recreational drug. Wait a minute, what?
What? Say that again.
Cheese is a heroin-based recreational drug
What?
that came to the attention of the media inside and outside the U.S. after a string of deaths among adolescents in Dallas between 2005 and 2007. As of 2012, the drug use is now among older people who were teenagers around the period the drug was first discovered. What?
Wait, is this like actual cheese or is this a drug named cheese?
No, it's a drug named cheese.
Oh my god, there's a drug named. Oh my god, there's a drug named cheese.
There's the title.
Oh.
Cheese is a combination of drug made by combining heroin with crushed up tablets of certain over-the-counter cold medication, such as Tylenol PM. Such cold medications must contain acetaminophen, the active ingredient in Tylenol, and the acetohistamine diphenhydramine, the active ingredient in Benadryl. Cheese samples obtained in North Dallas contained between 2 and 8% heroin, in contrast to the 30% commonly found in black tar heroin. Users commonly take the powder by insufflation, snorting, rather than
What the hell's going on?
by intravenous injection. This mixture is also known as Tylenol with smack, by analogy to the Tylenol with codeine series.
Imagine asking.
Well, that's not the cheese this guy was buying.
Yeah. Imagine asking your drug dealer for some cheese. He's like, yeah, can I have a piece of weed and some cheese?
A piece of weed.
I don't know. I don't know drugs.
Well, neither do I, but I'm pretty sure you'd say, like, can I get a gram of gram of
I'm
weed,
pretty
not a
sure you'd
piece
use
of
an
weed.
ounce. A gram is like too little. Is it? I don't know.
I don't know. I don't smoke.
Neither. Is weed legal where you are?
I think they're trying to pass it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what the status is, but I'm pretty sure they're trying to pass it in North Dakota.
Fair enough. It's still very much illegal here.
Oh, it says North Dakota representatives gave the green light to recreational marijuana. The House voted to legalize marijuana for recreational use for adults over 21.
Oh, nice.
This bill would also allow people to be able to possess up to 21 grams of adult use cannabis every 2 weeks.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
so it is legal now.
Oh, nice. Might move to the
I'm
North
gonna
Dakota.
become a drug. I'm kidding. Smoking scares me.
Same. Although, if I think weed isn't that bad of a drug. I think weed is
No.
is better for not better for you, but less harmful than alcohol and like cigarettes.
Yeah, that's Joe Rogan's argument. He's like, oh, it's not. There's no weed deaths, blah blah blah. But has anyone ever overdosed on
I
weed?
mean,
I'm
pretty
sure.
sure if someone's overdosed on cheese, I'm pretty sure someone can overdose on weed. All right.
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure that was talking about the drug cheese.
I don't know. Maybe. Damn.
It's possible to overdose on marijuana. Okay, yeah, it is. It is.
It's
possible,
also
but-
right. Okay, but you can't use that as an argument because it's also possible
Yeah.
to overdose on Cheetos.
Yeah, you can overdose on anything.
Yeah, so
but-
that's not really a bad thing. If you think about
All right, I want to get back to this cheese thing, seeing if you can die from
it.
cheese.
Yeah, same. I've been looking at it, and all I can see is that it has a lot of salt, and if you eat like too much, you could have high blood pressure and high cholesterol.
Yeah.
You can't really die, I don't think.
Yes, it can cause bloating and gas and severe abdominal cramping. It can also cause diarrhea.
I mean,
I want a specific number. How many slices of cheese can I eat before I die?
maybe
Here, I'll just specifically Google that.
maybe
How many?
maybe the guy who was buying the cheese was trying to test it.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe he was making a YouTube
Maybe
video.
maybe you'll find him on a Google site you're gonna click on in the next few minutes.
All right, how many slices of cheese can I eat before I die? How long can cheese sit out before you die? No, not that. Cheese is a great source of protein and calcium, but it's often Yeah, it's just the salt stuff. I found one on Reddit. The Reddit post is just, how much cheese will kill you? Someone says, a little spoonful stuck in your throat could choke you to death. Yes, but that's not what I want.
Just the people want to know, right? How much cheese it takes to kill you, and no one's giving us the answer. It must be like a really absurd amount if no one knows.
It must be.
All I can see is that it's got a load of sodium and it can clog your arteries. Can't that kill you?
Yeah.
Okay, well, it still doesn't answer the question. Does cheese make you poop? That's okay then.
If you're lactose intolerant, yeah.
How much cheese should I eat a day to lose weight? Really? People also search for, I ate too much cheese and my stomach hurts.
This person says there's no specific amount of cheese that is dangerous. It would depend on the individual person, their health at the time they were eating this cheese, their body's reaction to cheese, and how fast the cheese was eaten. So it's very much a variable, it looks like.
It's probably not.
There's probably no specific number. It's not like you can eat 332 slices of cheese and be fine. But once you hit 333, then you're fucked.
Okay, I found something on Reddit. He says...
Oh,
wait, I think you've already went over this. What was the... do you remember the name of the guy who asked the question on Reddit?
I don't.
Okay, well, he says how many pounds of cheese do you have to eat before you die from hypothermia? Natremia.
Oh yeah, I think I did read that one. So yeah, it looks like it's just a variable.
Yeah. Someone said that you'd vomit the cheese up from overeating before you die of hypernatremia.
Yeah, probably. Well, if we learned anything today,
you can't die.
It's that you can't eat too much cheese, and cheese is also a drug.
Yep,
so
cheese is a drug. That is interesting. Why is it called cheese?
I don't know. Why is cheese drug called cheese? Well, from the Wikipedia thing, it's like I'll send the picture in the Discord. Okay. But it looks sort of like a powdered cheese.
Yeah, that does look like cheese.
So that's probably where it gets its name. But yeah, that's super interesting that people are just going around talking about cheese and just no one knows it's a drug.
Yeah, I don't know anyone who knew it was a drug. Or I don't think.
Yeah, I've never heard of it before.
I guess it's not something you normally talk about.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, I mean, if you take away one thing from this podcast, it's that cheese is a drug.
And you can't eat too much of it. Just
that's the daily.
Make sure you know the variable that's safe for you.
That's the daily fact for today. Cheese is a drug. Speaking of drugs, I think the topic that we have to go over is drugs. Because there's just so much to talk about. I was going to say something and I forgot. Give me a minute.
What's the hardest drug you've ever tried?
Ooh.
Caffeine for me, baby. Oh, well.
I've had alcohol.
Maybe ibuprofen. I don't know.
I've had alcohol, I've had ibuprofen, I've had paracetamol. I think I've had morphine as well. I don't know, though. It's either me or my sister. I don't know. Maybe it was me. Maybe it was my sister. One of us has had morphine. Alcohol had not had weed. Not had any like illegal drugs here. I'm so annoyed at myself. I had a question and then I just forgot it. I'm gonna hate myself. I literally can't remember. Right? I guess we just carry on until I think I remember it.
Eventually it'll hit you.
I think so. I hope so.
You know what I started playing again?
What?
Pokemon Go.
Damn, you just brought me back to 2017. Damn.
Yeah, Mason, my friend Mason, he started playing it, and so did Bobby, and we just started playing, the three of us. There's a fair bit of people that, in our school that started playing it again, but it's fun. I don't do like battles or raids or anything for the most part. I just like catching the Pokemon that look cool.
Yeah. You ever did you ever play like the old school Pokemon games?
I've not.
I did.
The extent of my knowledge of Pokemon is from very little of the show that I watched as a kid, and also Pokemon Go. That's all I know of from Pokemon.
I had a phase where I wasn't even obsessed with Pokemon, but I was obsessed with Pixelmon. So it's
Oh, the Minecraft.
yeah, the Minecraft mod, basically Pokemon but in Minecraft, and I was addicted to watching people play it. And I had like a phase of like 2-3 months where I used to watch it non-stop. That's where I got most of my knowledge about Pokemon. It's taken off. The cards and stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, there's so many people like opening cards and stuff like that.
I used to have some cards. I'm like mad at myself. If I kept one of them, I would have had like 20k today.
Yeah, it's insane how stuff can just blow up out of nowhere with like stuff like that. It's like there's been so much stuff over just this year already. Like with like the GameStop stock stuff, the people trying to push Dogecoin.
Yeah.
And like just the card openings and stuff like that. It's like, and there's like this new thing called NFTs.
What's that?
Have you heard about those? They're I don't remember what NFT stands for. Let me Google it quick. Non-fungible token. It's basically, I don't really understand it entirely, but it's basically like it's something digital that you buy that's very exclusive. It's like, oh, this is one of 20 videos of this thing that exist. So it doesn't entirely make sense because someone could screen record it and put it on YouTube and then everyone would have it. But it seems to be taking off, and it seems to be some sort of like a legit thing that people are like buying these things and selling them and making a profit off of them.
Yeah, it's
and
like
it's
everyone's obsessed of having something that's like limited edition. One of the main reasons why the first edition Pokemon cards are so expensive is because they don't make them anymore, and there's only a limited amount of them before they're all gone. So everyone wants at least one to say like, I have one of 100 Charizard something GX something first editions in the world, and it's worth like, I don't know, 500k or something. That's insane. People are obsessed with that.
Yeah, and I think the big hook with the NFTs is because it's digital, so it's like speaking more to like this new generation, like millennials and Gen Z, so that then it's like something digital, so they don't need a physical thing. But even then, my question with that is, it's like, how do people not just take that, put it online somewhere, and then it's not rare anymore? It's not one of 20, it's one of millions.
Yeah. But then they wouldn't do it because they lose money on that as well, because they bought it, right?
Yeah, I guess.
People like hoping that one day they discover this and they're like, oh, this is like one of 20, and then it's worth like immediately it goes up like 20x its price.
Yeah, I'm not entirely sure, like the whole way of how it works. I've just heard like the term
Mm-hmm.
of it in like certain YouTube videos and stuff like that. But yeah, I know next to nothing about it.
Fair enough. I guess people just want to feel like that sort of special, like they
Yeah,
have something that's cool.
yeah, and I mean that's like the big attraction with like stuff now, like with like shows, and even then it's been this way for years. But like now it's like, oh, I was there, when this thing happened, this cool thing happened,
Mm-hmm.
and it's like, well, I now it's like translating into like having like actual like things. It's like, oh, I have this
Mm-hmm.
thing, I'm gonna then trade this thing for a profit, and it's like I understand it in that aspect. Like you feel special. It's like, oh, at one time I owned this
Mm-hmm.
thing, but then I flipped it and I made a profit, and it's like I understand that aspect of it. But
Yeah. Pokemon collectors, uh, like especially content creators who are like in Pokemon cards, they're like, I don't know what you call it. They have so many cards already, and they were like, let's say, the like the best card in the world was like worth 20k back then.
hmm
It's worth like 750 or something right now. Then the whole like collection is increased so much in price, and they have the option to either sell it and gain so much money, or wait and like keep it. It's like net worth.
yeah, yeah, and there's this YouTuber and streamer. His name's Critical, and he does like Yu-Gi-Oh cards and
Hmm.
stuff. I'm pretty sure he just keeps all of his
Yeah,
cards, and he solely makes a profit off of like donations from his
yeah,
stream and stuff like that. Cause he'll open them on stream, and then I think he just keeps them all. I don't think he's ever sold
yeah.
one, so he just keeps them and then just makes his profit from the donations and stuff.
There's always a chance that the price increases even more, especially
Yeah.
as there's less and less of these things. If you think about it, because there's unopened packs, right? Like boxes of these things,
hmm
which give off like a false sense that there are like a few of these like really rare cards still out there. But the more people open these boxes and find there isn't any, the more expensive these cards are gonna get.
Yeah.
I seen Logan Paul do something on this. He had like this event where he was live, and he bought like 11 of these boxes, I think, which cost him over $2 million or something absurd, and he opened like two of these like really expensive cards.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure with that he didn't like make any money off of that. I think he
Mm-hmm.
did that and then all the money went to charity.
Yeah, it's insane. And I think one of the main reasons why the other main reason why these cards are so expensive now is because of him as well.
Yeah.
He
Yeah, he was kind of in it on the ground floor, wasn't he?
Yeah.
With like the spike of
Well,
Pokemon.
no, he's always liked Pokemon. I think. I think I remember. I was
Mhm.
don't. I'm not a fan of him. I just remember
Yeah.
watching the video or what his podcast or something. I'm pretty sure he has a Squirtle tattoo on his groin.
Yeah, yeah, that sounds right.
Yeah.
There was a period I was watching his videos, just like what's he up to now?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I saw that.
Yeah. So he's always been around Pokemon, but he never like opened them until like a few months ago, and then it all skyrocketed.
Mhm.
Which brings me back to like content creators and how lucky we are, because if we do ever blow up, that's like we can have so much influence over people.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
kind of scary.
Yeah, it is weird how much, like, for lack of a better term, control content creators have over their audience. Control isn't the right word, but I don't know what
influence, I guess.
kind of what word to. Yeah, I guess that's slightly better than control, but yeah, it's weird how like a content creator can say one thing and then the audience will turn around and then do that exact same thing.
Yeah.
Like, oh, even as a joke, a content creator could say something like, "Oh, do this, da 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 da, tweet at this company, blah blah blah," and then the audience will turn around and do that, and then the content creator is like, "I meant that as a joke. They weren't supposed to actually do it." It's
Yeah.
like, hi. This is recorded after the fact, and we're in the editing process now. But the reason I'm recording this is because my power went out while we were recording this episode. So we just ended up calling her quits after my power went out. So, yeah, that was the episode. I hope you liked it. Like, comment, subscribe. Check out our Twitches. Check out our YouTubes. Linked in the description, as always. But yeah. Bye.